Hello there, my dear YouTube friends. Welcome to another video of Figma tutorial in UI UX designings. So this is me, Tilak here, and I would like to welcome you all for attending this one more and just another video tutorial of Figma designs and UI UX designs as well. So let's start. So this particular video is about me explaining about how will I be able to create all these awesome UI UX designs you will be able to find inside dribbles, and you might be able to come across a lot of UI UX designs, and you might find that designers would have just come up with such great piece of art, by the way. So in that case, I would like to share on some tips on, and also how will one, I mean, it should be anyone, how will anyone would be able to make such good art or UI UX designs in Figma, particularly in Figma, by the way. So in this particular video, we have taken an example of some uh, great piece of art, or you can say UI UX design, designed by one of the dribble artists called Chaptari Thayas, and she has designed for Kiteto company. So let's take an example of this particular piece of art that have been given by Chaptari, and we would like to acknowledge her for providing the art that she have done for publicly available on Dribble. So there's a huge shout out to Chaptari Thayas. You can actually follow her on Instagram, Dribble, and elsewhere. So yeah, thanks Chaptari once again for having this video to be possible, making this video possible. Sorry. Okay, let's get started. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna just replicate whatever this particular design here into Figma, just to show that it is possible to make exactly like this art or UI UX design in Figma, as well as I'll be going through each and every step and how you guys were able to do exactly like this. So that's it. Let's get started by creating one. So as usual, let's go to Figma. And as you can see here, this is the Figma that I have just created just by it's the new it's a new it's a new workspace. I mean, you can just say canvas. Then as you can see here, this is just a simple illustration I downloaded from the internet, which has been, I mean, the same thing that's been used by Chaptari as well. So I just found it in the internet, by the way. You can just download it in the internet, and I'll be giving the link of this particular image as well, and also this whole Figma link, by the way, in the description below. So don't worry about it. You can always refer to this particular workspace here. So let's get started. So first of all, we'll always be starting with something called as frame here. So as you can see here, this is the button this is the icon that we always start with, which is called frame. Okay, you can just click on F, type letter F here. So what does letter F does is it opens, or you can say it just triggers this particular frame tool here. So what does this frame tool does is that you'll be able to make, I mean, you will get a tool which you can actually use it to create the canvas itself. So let's say I would just like to drag it and I have to make a huge rectangle like this. Doesn't matter what resolution you like to have. It's just some basics, right? So you guys should just go with any resolution. Wouldn't be any problem. And yes, it's just for learning, by the way. So this is the first thing you should do always. And as you can see here, this is just a simple background that we always start with. And next, let's look what else can we start with. For example, this is a simple header, by the way. I mean, I think I forgot to mention, this is actually a landing page headers UI UX, by the way. So this is like simple yet really like, how do you say, attractive way how you're able to present your UI UX design, just particularly for header page here. So as you can see, there's there are like some certain things that we should always keep inside a header. As you can see, the logo, then there's this navigation bar, then there's hero image. This whole thing is actually on the right hand side is all of these are actually hero image, and the left hand side is basically the header. I mean, this is the headline, by the way, and this is the sub, how do you say, this is like also like the subtitle, by the way, and also the call to action buttons, and also some ratings, some more like trustable information here. So this is the basic layout of how the header should be for almost every landing page you will be able to come across in your life. So let's get started with the logo, by the way. So as you can see, it's just some simple logo, and then there's this navigation bar here. So we're just gonna start with that. So in this case, we're just gonna use just gonna zoom very like, yeah, closer to the canvas. So I'm gonna just take this particular tool, text tool. Just gonna create. Let's see what's the name of it. It says future. So I'm just gonna type future, and in this case, I'm gonna make it Italian, just so that I'll be able to uh, thin italic. Okay, so I'll just like make it even thicker. So I'm just gonna put black. Okay, there you go. So in this case, I've used a font called Inter. So this is something I usually use for almost every situations of text. So you should try as well. It's really nice, by the way. And next thing will be, let's choose the color here. As you can see, this is some random bluish, and I'm just gonna pick some color here. And also, okay, there you go. You should be okay. And let me just go out and see, does the resolution actually fit the whole? I don't think so, right? So what we can do, we can just increase the size of this. So in this case, from 12, I'll have to give it 40, and also I'll increase the resolution, the size of the text, by the way. So as you can see here, we have just finished the logo, which is just simple text here. Next thing we'll be adding is this particular navigation bar here. As you can see here, this courses, projects, blogs, and join now. So we'll be adding that right now. So in this case, it's gonna type courses, and let's make sure that we are using different font style. So in this case, there's no italic. So we're just gonna stick with non-italic. So it's, sorry, as you can see here, this is the one. This is I mean, all the ones that you find, the bottom is italic. The one the bottom top here is not italic. So I'm just gonna go for light here. Once you choose light, it becomes thinner, by the way. And let's see what else can we change. So it's courses. Let me just increase the, okay, and decrease the size as well. Okay, that's nice. And also I like to make it in the center. Okay, that's nice. Okay, and I'm just gonna make it 3 more stuffs here, 3 more content. For example, there's courses, and there's projects and blocks. Okay, just gonna replicate like this. Just gonna place it here. In this case, I'm gonna put projects, and do one more. In this case, it's gonna be, let me just place it right. Okay, in this case, it's gonna be blocks. And next thing I'll be adding is this join now button. So in this case, just gonna copy and paste it right here. Okay, so in this case, I'm gonna put join now. Okay, there you go. So in this case, as you can see, this is some simple header. Sorry, not header. This is a navigation bar, by the way. So I'll have to give this color to be a bit lighter rather than being black. So this should be it. And of course, I'll have to have this join now to be a button with an outline here. So in this case, just try to give like a shape tool here. That shape tool should be covered like this. And I have to make this particular to be without any fill, but as you can see here, there's no fill, and I like to give some stroke. As you can see, there's some stroke here, and I like to make the stroke to be rounded. So how do you add those rounded stroke? So as you can see, you need to go. Let me see, how do you able to make this into a rounded? So as you can see, you need to go to, yeah. As you can see, this is always here. This is the place where you will always need to find rounded for radius, corner radius. So I'm just gonna give 10. Let's see if it works. It works, but let me give more radius. Okay, in this case I'll have to give 20. So you can see this is, let's give 20 by the way. And as you can see here, this is, yeah, this is really good. And also like to increase the size and place it to the center. Okay, that's nice. Okay, as you can see here, we have just finished with the nav bar here. Okay, let me just drag it, just make sure it's like at the center, exactly the center of this, which centered and aligned exactly to the logo. So yeah, right here should be okay. And next thing I would like to add is the hero image. By the way, the section for hero image here. As you can see, the whole thing here should be covered with the hero image. So as you can see here, I would like to take this particular tool called frame as well. Yeah, frame. I mean, sorry, not frame. Okay, in this case, I'll have to choose shape as well. I mean, yeah, there's some. I mean, I'll tell you why we are using shape instead of uh, frame. Yep. Okay, let me just make it like this. So as you can see, this is the the background of this hero image here. This colorful, this gradient here. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna add this gradient as well. So I'm just gonna click on this, and what you need to do is to go here, go to fill, click on the color, and as you can see, instead of solid, you can choose linear. So the linear is basically, as you can see here, there's a transition here. So this is a linear transition. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna add more colors to this particular uh, gradient. So as you can see here, you can actually change color in between and in the middle, in between as well. So as you can see, let's see what color can we choose here. And let me just go to the reference here again. As you can see here, it starts with some purple here, and then after purple it goes to some blue here. Then after blue it comes back to purple again, and then some little reddish yeah, stuff here. So that's what you're gonna do here. So in this case, first I like to make this particular, yeah, angle. It's called angle, by the way, from one end to the other end diagonally, something like this. Okay, so next thing I would like to add is that let me just go here and I want to add is some uh, let me just add the first two first. For example, this is make it full, and the first thing that you start with, which is it's going to be the purple color here, purple. Okay, not this here. This is the one that we should start with. So we're gonna make this purple to come here, and then we're gonna make this gray to come here. Okay, there you go. Okay, as you can see, there's two colors. There's purple and there's gray. So what else can we add is that let's add one more color, which is blue. Okay, there you go. This is the blue and this is the purple. Now, and also you can actually like make this like I mean, like you can actually like add how much of blue you wanted to add by just dragging this color here and then here. Just like how much, it's like depends on how much of blue do you want. So next thing I want to add is like I want to add more purple after this. So I'm just gonna put it right here. Just gonna add one more color here. Okay, there you go. As you can see here, I have a transition from purple to blue. Let me just add more blue here, and I have to add one more blue here as well. Okay, there you go. Okay, and I mean more. I have to add more purple. Okay, that should be. I think in one. Just stick with one blue here. One blue is just enough. Okay, as you can see here, we have already added some purple and there's some blue in the middle, and that's exactly what we wanted here. Just gonna add. Okay, there you go. and we can just click on enter once we're done with the aligning the stuffs here. So you can see here, this is the background here. This is just somehow looks the same as this what we have the designer have did here, but let's just stick with this. We just would need just some simple grading, transiting from purple to blue and then this blue to purple back. So let's have this corner radius to be I mean, let's increase the size of this corner radius for, let's add about like 50 or to 25 maybe, probably. Yeah, I think 50 should be fine because 25 is too small. And let's see for yeah, I think it would need more as well, number 25. Let me just give it a check. Okay, I think yeah, this should be okay. Let me just decrease the size here. Okay, that's nice. By the way, this is exactly what we wanted. And let me just make it here. Okay, this should be okay, I guess. Just the next thing I want to add is this illustration here. Don't worry, I'll just be giving you all the assets in the description below here. So I'm just gonna bring it to the front, and I'll be just placing it right here. Let me just give it a check. Okay, should be okay. Okay, there you go. And I think yeah, I think we are done with the hero image. By the way, the rest is all done here. And next thing, I think we can just move on to the next part, which is, let me just give it. Okay, I think this. I mean, the corner radius is not very rounded, so as you can see here. So let's just give around like 50 would do, I guess. Yeah, I think just like to stick with 50 by the way. Next thing I have to add is this stuff here, this headline, which is bring impact for your future. Just gonna copy this. Just gonna place it right here. I'm just gonna say bring impact to your future. Okay, there you go. So I'm just gonna do some typography stuffs. So as you can see here, I like to increase the, first of all, I like to increase the size of this shape of this font to around, yeah, that should be okay. And I mean, this is not supposed to be italic, just gonna just put black instead of italic. And I like to change to other font just so that it will be better. So in this case, I like to use a circular. I mean, let me just see, does it even exist? Oh no, it doesn't. Okay, I think we can just use intro by the way. And let's see what else can we add. As you can see here, there's some typography stuffs going on. As you can see, there's some green color back here. So let's just add those stuffs. So let's see. I'm just gonna give some space, and let's make. We shouldn't trust. I mean, pass this threshold here, and let's increase this. I mean, decrease the size a bit so that we have some space. Okay, that's nice. So it says bring impact. Like this. And just like increase a bit more, so around 85 I guess. It should be okay. Yep, okay. Okay, next thing I want to add is this stuff. Let me just change the color to black here. Okay, next thing I want to add is this. There's something that's in between here. As you can see here, there's some green color background, which is like kind of like oval. So this time I'm gonna use frame. Okay, next thing I have to add is this particular frame here, which I just added. So in this frame I have to add some color to this frame here, this particular frame. So in this case I'll have to go to here. As you can see here, I'll have to have this field section to be added, and I have to add some light green, something like this. As you can see here, this is some light green here. Light green have been added. Next thing I have to add is this particular some rounded rectangle around the corners, by the way. So around like 50 would do. Let me just see, it's 50. Okay, I think 50 is just perfect. 50 is just perfectly fine, by the way. So just gonna make it, place it perfectly in the center. Next thing I want to add is that I want to add like this icon here. So this, yeah, job. I mean, icons are first. I mean, usually I just go for a flat icon, and I'll just like find for an icon which actually is almost similar to this this particular icon here. So in this case, this is actually job. I'm just gonna type job here. So you'll be able to find a lot of icons. So you can see there's a lot of icons. So one that really should be able to match to your yeah, something like this. And okay, let's grab something like this, by the way, but this is not green, but we can actually add some green here. So I'm just going to copy this image, I'm just going to place it right here. So this is the icon. So in this case I like to have it yeah, let me just see how does this. Okay, so you can see this top is dark green and the bottom is light green, and in this case I like to do the same thing. So I'll do like this. The top I would like to make it light green. So in this case what I can do is that I'm just going to make this into a use as mask. I'll grab a shape tool, I'll place a shape tool on top here, and I'll recolor and then change the color of this shape tool and to green, to a darker one. Let me just go and give it a check. What kind of, okay, this is should be a bit darker, even more darker. And the next thing I'll have to add is just the same thing here. Just gonna copy exactly the same thing again. Just copy and just paste it right here. Oh, not here, sorry. Let me just make this two into one group, and now I'll be making it into, okay, there you go. Just gonna delete the whatever stuffs on top, and I like to decrease this stuffs, and I like to make it smaller. And as you can see here, I like to just place it right here, and there you go. So I like to add more yeah, more stuffs in between. So in this case I'll be adding something like this, just so that it fills the space. Okay, let me just place it right inside it. So just gonna place it right like this, and just gonna have it more. Okay, there you go. So just gonna make it, just gonna place it. Okay, they are perfectly aligned. So I like to have this to be in one group, so I'll be grouping them into one group, and as well as I'll be making it as a mask, using as a mask here. So and then I'll be doing the same thing, just grab a shape tool and I'll be placing it on top of both of them, and also change the color of both of them. Something like this. Okay, okay, there you go. You have yourself a briefcase. And let's see if I'd like to add more details, like there should be like a lock here. Let's, yeah, why not just add one. So in this case I'll have to have a shape tool again. So sorry, not this. Okay, just click on the shape tool and just gonna make a rectangle tool like this, and I'll be pressing the rectangle tool on top of everything. Just gonna make this into one group, and I'll be placing this rectangle on top, and I'll be making this into yeah, give some radius, so around like 15. Okay, and I have to add the color, which is this color, by the way. Okay, there you go. And the next thing will be just add one more layer, which is the stuff that comes in between, and I'm just gonna reduce this size, something like this. I'll be placing exactly the center, and there you go. There you go. There you have your briefcase. And what you can do, you can just make everything, whatever inside here, into one group by just making it yeah, group selection. Just select group selection, and then there you go. The next thing we'll be adding, need to just resize it without losing its resolution, placing it inside here. And keep in mind, this is actually a frame here. We're having a frame here, and this is something you can just place it inside the frame. So as you can see, you have just created something like this here. Okay, there you go. And this is one of the icons. And next, add one more this stuff here. This time it's going to be easier than it's supposed to be. So it's just some circle. So we're just gonna make some space for this circle, and just not this. Click on this, get a shape, get an ellipse tool, and then make this color. And then next thing will be selecting a golden color like this with some something like this should be okay. Just gonna press it something around here, and I'm gonna increase the size a bit. Okay, and we'll have to give some colors, some orange. Okay, there you go. And let's say what else to add. Okay, for your future, the future should be at the bottom. And before I forget, I need to like reduce this. I mean it's kind of thick, so it's just gonna be extra bold or bold. Yeah, bold should be okay. And there's something going on here. As you can see, there's some circles and some dots here. This is just some simple stuff. This is going to take a rectangular tool, just going to place it like this here, and I like to make the fill to be none, and like to add the stroke, give some corner radius about like 50%, 50 would do, and then let's add some thickness by adding this. Not so thick, by the way, and yeah, this should be okay. And there's some two lines and then a dot. There's some simple stuff here. You can just do it simply, and add some color, which is just some purple. Not this purple, but this purple. Okay, there's two more stuff going on. So there's two more stuff to add on, which is just some two lines here. So just add some two lines here. Increase the size, the width, and make sure that this is rounded as well, not so sharp edged. As you can see, you can just add the corner radius for this as well. Okay, this doesn't have any corner radius for this line. So what you can do, we can just get a shape tool instead of line tool. So just get a rectangular tool like this, create a rectangular tool, and then add some corner radius like 50, and make it black. That should be it. And just gonna reduce the size a bit. Okay, should be okay. And just gonna make a copy of this. Just gonna place it right here. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I think this is kind of thick, by the way. Let me just reduce the height to around like 7 would do, I guess. Goes to here, so this is gonna be 7 as well. Okay, there you go. And next thing will be just some dotted lines here. So in this case, in order to do this dotted lines, just gonna take this line tool. Just gonna make one line here. Sorry, one line coming from here, and this is gonna increase the width. And I like to add this to be a dotted line. So let me just see if it's possible to give a dotted line. So in this case, you need to click on this particular, and in this case it says solid, but I wanted to have it dashed. And next thing I want to have is something like this. What else to add? And also there's going to be some okay, I mean instead of having this, let me just do a different one. As you can see here, I would like to have, instead of line, I will use shape as well. And this shape, I like to make it like this. And I like to remove the fill, add stroke, and increase the size of the stroke, and click on this option here. Let me just zoom for you. Let me just make it like this, add, and yeah, let's add this radius around like 52. Let me just see. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, next thing I'll be adding the dashed line. For example, I need to click on this, and instead of this, just add this dash, and like to have this. And make sure you give enough of dash gap, so around like 25 would do. And also there should be a, yeah, I think this should be okay. And next thing I have to add is just, I like to just crop this stuff here. As you can see, I can really just, sorry, not like this, but how to crop this, by the way. Let me just use this particular let me just see how to crop this. Let me just get it here first. I think it's not possible to crop, but you can just use it as a mask here. As you can see here, you can just use as mask, and next, sorry, not the whole thing, just this stuff, use as mask. And what you can do, you can just add a layer for black, something like this. Instead of gray, let's make it black. And there you go. Just gonna copy this and just gonna place it right here. And I'm just making sure that this, okay, there you go. So what else to add is that there's two more stuffs going on here, some circle and then there's some rectangles here. So just gonna just make it rectangle at all. Just make it like this. In this case, it's gonna be something like, make it to a group selection, make it, put it on the top. I'm gonna make it white here. So I'll be placing exactly the center of the circle. It's not even in the center, but I'll just make sure that it is in the center. Okay, now it is in the center. And also this stuff here. There you go. It is in the center right now. And I have to add some shadow. So just need to add effects here, drop some shadow. And in this case, you can just blur the shadow. Okay, there you go. And one more thing is a blue color inside the ellipse. One more blue stuff going on here. Okay, this is perfectly in the center. Just add this blue color here. Okay, there you go. And next thing is just make sure you just place it exactly in the center and just copy and paste. You will have just place it right here, and it should be all okay. Okay, there you go. You just finished your, yeah, this is header, by the way. So let me just give some space after yours. Just gonna some space here. space here. There you go. Next thing we'll be adding is this some call to action buttons here. So also, yeah, let's not forget this tag. I mean under tagline here. So oops, something going on. Oh yeah, this project is just missing. So I'm just gonna copy this stuff. Just gonna place it right here. And what I can do, I'll be just copying whatever is written here. It says learn from expert professionals, and let me just learn. Wait, let me just make this to be a rectangle, and let's make some space. And it should say learn from ex expert professionals and join the largest online community for creatives. Online community. Okay, there you go. So let me just make this to be a bit bigger. Just gonna increase the size of this. So let me just make it 32. Okay, should be enough. The next thing I'll be adding is this particular call to action button. There's two here. So I'm just gonna have this copied. Let me just make this color of the text and the stroke to be the same color, and just increase a bit the stroke. Okay, that's perfect. So I'm just gonna copy this. By the way, just gonna place it right here, and I'll be placing it right here as well. Just increase the size of this, and just increase this, and of course increase the size of the text as well to 40. And yeah, I mean, when we increase the size, we should also keep in mind the fact that, I mean, the radius is supposed to be increased as well. So like 40 should be enough. Let me see, is it even big? It says join for free, so I should say join for free instead. And let me increase the size of this. Okay, and as you can see here, it should be there's two buttons. There's one says join for free, and let me just decrease the size to 32 and make it exactly the center. Okay, now it's perfectly in the center. Let me just do one more copy of this particular button. Just place it right here. So these two buttons will be the one that says call to action buttons. Yeah, and I could have give more space in the top. Just make sure they both are aligned the center, and just go to same. I'm just gonna make them align the center as well, respectively. Okay, I guess in the center, by the way. The next thing I'll be adding is this. I'll be making this to be, I mean, the outline. I'll be giving it a white. I mean, the text color should be a white color, and I'll be adding fill this time. So it'll be a black fill. And let me just see, why is this join for free? Oh, okay, yeah, it should be on top here. Oh, and then yeah, this rectangle should be not a white fill but black fill. And there's no stroke, by the way. Just remove the stroke, and there you go. Just some simple stuff. And let me decrease the thickness of this text here. So let me just do it once more again. Just copy this entire thing, just copy and paste it here. This one, paste it right here as well. And this time it's not, instead of join for free, you need to say see how it works. See how it works. Okay, and then I'm going to increase the width of the button as well as the width the width of this text here, and there you go. So I have to invert the colors. The text should be black and the button should be white. And yeah, I mean basically no fill by the way, but with some stroke. The stroke should be around like 2, and I think it should be just 2 as well. Okay, there you go. So we have almost finished the entire header, but we still have some. Just the last part will be just some ratings. By the way, as you can see here, is just some yes, more information about, I mean, the customer trust. Just so that people, I mean, customers should be able to have like an experience of like trust towards this company. So that's why header page has always been the most crucial thing that for every single company, because that's the first thing that they will look at for every single website that they own, by the way. So that's how important header UI UX is important. So let's get just finish these two stuffs here. So as you can see, there's some text here. Just gonna just copy and paste it right here. I will just placing it right here. Just gonna make it and just gonna say trusted by over 15k, trusted by over 15k users. And then next line will be worldwide since 2021. So there's some simple stuffs here going on, and I'll be just reducing the size to from 32 to 24 would be just enough, and the color should be black. And stuffs here going on, some rating, and then this rectangular tool, I mean rectangular shaped space. Just reduce a bit, okay, and then yeah, it should have some very little corner radius, by the way, so around like 15 should be enough. Yep, perfect. Okay, so as you can see, it says some 4.8 ratings and there's 1,000 something. So it's gonna say 4.8. 4.8. Okay, I just increase the size a bit, align to the center. Just gonna place it right here, and also I'll be just placing the same thing. I'll be adding this particular text here, a smaller version. In this case, it's just gonna say lorem ipsum dollar. So, but then I'll just reducing the size to around 20, or even lesser, around like 16 to 18. Okay, should be enough. And there you go. Yeah, I'll be reducing the size even more, so around like 16. Okay. So just gonna make it like this, and next thing I'll be adding is some stars. Okay, I'll be adding some stars. Let me just put it here. Some stars will be, yeah, you can get it from flat icon, by the way. So just gonna close this. Look for flat. Look for flat. Star. Yeah, something like that. Just get confused sometimes. Okay, so just pick this any colored. So I'm just gonna just pick this particular star. I'll be placing it here, not here but here. So just reduce the size. And I'll be placing it right here. Just gonna make it like around like 5 stars. since it's 4.8, I'll be just not going to shade the entire star, the last one. So in this case, for the last star, I'll be just gonna like make it like a, how do you say, use as a mask, and I'll be having this rectangular tool shape here. This is gonna place it right on top. And what I'll be doing here is that, let me see, what can I do? Okay, so I'm just gonna add one more shape tool. And this time I'll be making it a different color. So in this case, the different color is gonna be gray, golden by the way, and I'll be just moving it like this. Since it's 4.8, so there's two more stars which is not been in, or is it? Okay, I think yeah, just move on. By the way, you can just move on. Next thing we'll be adding is this some text here, which is 1000 plus. So just copy and just paste it right here. We should say 1000 plus. Next thing is, yeah, next thing is more text by the way, and I'm just gonna place it right here. Should say lorem ipsum dollar sit. Oh yeah, dollar should be at the bottom and dollar sit emit. Sit emit. Okay, should be enough. Yeah, you also need to make sure that both of these lines are actually aligned to each other. Okay, I think should be okay. And let me just, sorry, not this. Let me just decrease the size. And share as well. And what I'll be doing next is that I'll be just reducing a bit of this size of this okay, there you go. And I'll be aligning it perfectly to the center. Okay, so I think that's all. Yes. Okay, there you go. Just gonna reduce this size, the width of this particular rating stuff here. So as you can see here, we just need to make sure this to be a bit lighter than it's supposed to be. Okay, that's enough. So as you can see here, I think we have just finished everything here. By the way, we have just finished almost exactly like the dribble artist called Cheptari. Yeah, like once again, let's congratulate her for having this awesomely designed UI UX work, which actually inspired all of us to actually make this video. And yeah, that's like a huge thank, that I would like to give to Chaptari Thayas for actually making it possible for us to learn something new, just because you have done something, a piece of art that you have shared to the world for free. So yeah, thanks again. As you can see here, if you like have to have talked to Chaptari, you can actually just give it a brief to this particular email here. So yeah, I think that's all for me. This is what we have designed here. So don't worry, I'll be just giving this particular Figma link in the description below, so you guys can learn on how does it, you can just have this asset taken from mine as well. So thank you guys for watching this entire video. Let me just add this, let me just place it in the center. Okay, thanks. Okay, thank you guys for watching this entire video till the end, till here. And yeah, I think that's all from me. I think I have nothing else to add, just because. And yeah, I hope that you guys have learned something new, because that's the whole point of this video, and which is for you guys to learn how UI UX designing is actually just really easy to actually just make you wanted to get started with. So that's all for me. So, and till the next video, we'll be able to make in our next video we'll be able to make something more or better than this. And this is already good, but we should always look for better, right? So in this case we're just going to look for something better and really good, and as equal as good as this particular design. So yeah, we'll be meeting our next video, and till then I would like to bid my farewell to all of you guys, and all of you awesome people, and you guys looking for a job in UI UX designing. Yeah, you can just always watch these videos for inspirations as well as lessons that you like to learn from. And for those who are aspiring designers, you can always go for all these tutorials for free. So thank you guys for watching this entire video till end. Hope we'll be meeting in our next video, and till then, peace. Thanks.